Hello, good evening, you guys. How is everybody doing? Mm. Hey there, Black Barbie. Okay, I'm on mute. Call me. Hey, Miss Tierney. I did. I got Shan's. I got yours. Hey, Miss Teresa. The Black Barbie, did you send me yours? I think Black Barbie sent me hers. How is everybody doing? I wanted to talk about Kandi. Hey, baby. And her prenup with Todd. I've been very interested in seeing how things are going to turn out with that. I was also going to talk about Romika. That's the young girl. That's another case that I've been in the background watching that I'm very interested in. Y'all know the young lady who her baby's daddy's girlfriend shot her in Chicago. That's one of those ones I've been following very closely. I didn't put that in the head, and also, you know, y'all know vlogger Onan was actually sentenced, right? Um, yeah. I want to talk about Kandi and Todd first, okay? Then we'll get into talking about the vlogger Onan. And True Results has been keeping up um, with this situation very closely. Also, he's been one of the ones to report on it all the time. I think this would actually be my first time ever reporting on it. But okay. Kandi and Todd, okay, everybody felt like from the very start that, and we've talked about this, that the marriage, that Todd may have been in it. Hey Pete, that Todd may have been in it for the money. Okay. Um, he never seemed to have been attracted to Kandi to me. You know what I mean? If you get married to a man and you gotta say to him, especially as newlyweds, why can't we have sex more? Why can't we have sex? Hey, any woman that's got to be asking her husband for some sex, because especially when you're newlyweds, you're supposed to be doing it every time you look at each other. Okay, you're supposed to be doing it. But you could tell. I mean, when he said to her, "You're not exactly a Rihanna." I mean, you say this to your wife. To you, in your eyes, your wife is supposed to be better than a Rihanna. So, I mean, I always thought about that. He definitely got into trying to do a lot of business ventures, but of course, it was with her, with her money. And a lot of people may say, well, that's her husband, she's supposed to do it. Well, hey, if he didn't, but she accepted him like that. I guess it's good for somebody, because it's something when people have all these bright ideas. They have this business mind, but they want your money to finance it, because when you have these ideas, it takes money to finance ideas. And I think it ain't nothing worse than somebody having bright ideas, but they want somebody else to finance their bright ideas. Okay. And she seemed to have done that. Okay. All of the restaurants, the old lady gang, that was his idea. Okay. The Blaze restaurant, it seems to me, because they're saying that the old lady gang is being shut down or whatever, or may have already been shut down. We know the Blaze Steakhouse was shut down. They did some spin-offs and stuff, and I don't know, like we was talking about the other day, when you start to open the door. I know y'all know it's bad out here when I'm sitting at home and I've been off work now for a while and I'm getting cases. Child, they is locking the people's up out there real bad. Because normally my team has been real. My supervisor never gives us cases on our team when after work. He'll wait, but it's so many. I'm sitting here on my podcast and getting cases. Okay, hold on. Okay, so anyways, you guys. Anyways, we talked about opening up that Pandora's box where um uh, opening up that Pandora's box of allowing people into your marriage. What's up, Dan? I was thinking about you right before I got on. I was like, I ain't talked to my girl in about 2 days. And I know that's abnormal because me and Diane talk all day, every day. But I've been working. But normally I be talking to her when I'm on my way to my cases. But I understand it's the holidays, child. We working and running and trying to do this and that. But anyways, I'm gonna have to call you tomorrow morning though, because we went 2 days without talking. We never went 2 days without talking in months and months and months. Anyways, you guys, and so opening up that Pandora's box and and allowing threesomes in. Here's the thing: Kandi is very open with her sex life. Like she's definitely into everything. Okay. And I believe that she opened up that door. Okay. There's no way in the world. I don't care and how freaky you is or you ain't. I gotta get country now. I don't care how freaky you is or you ain't. Hey, ain't no woman coming into my bedroom. Not with a boyfriend, not with a husband. And if he asks for another man to come in there, Lord, deliver me, Jesus. It's too early for me to get started. It's just 8 minutes into it because y'all know I get real vulgar. Lord, deliver me, Jesus. Deliver me from South Memphis. What's up, paper bag? So, you guys, listen. Now, they're saying that Todd stayed into the marriage. Okay. Hey, on one we go. God stayed into Todd stayed into the marriage for 10 years because that airtight prenup, he gets a bag. They're saying he gets a bag and a lot of things that he has rights to now. Since he stayed for 10 years. I think Todd wanted to divorce Kandi the moment his mother died. Like he always held that anger inside because her mother and Mama Joyce couldn't get along. And, it was around the holidays when his mama passed away. And because of her, Mama Joyce being into it with them all the time, his mama and Mama Joyce couldn't be together. And so he wasn't spending the holidays with her, and he was very close with his mama. I just really think that he had a lot of resentment for Kandi. And so he felt like, my mama is gone. I may as well just ride it out and get my bag. Okay. He got the kids. He's very deliberate. He talked about daddy daycare. Kandi works all the time. It makes sense for Kandi to work because she is the person that is known. Okay. I'm sure she's had to work even more now to recoup a lot of those losses of investing her money into his businesses that ultimately failed, right? So, I think he was wanting for her to invest in something else. I forget what it was. And he was just really and kind of slick insulting her on camera. I think because he had resentment because she didn't want to, invest her money into any more of his business. See, it's one thing people, like I was just saying, it's one thing when people have all these damn ideas and they want to invest a lot of money into businesses when it ain't their damn money. Okay, it was her money. So of course he wanted to anything he thought of, and he would use, well, you my wife, we're one, you supposed to do it. Hell, what you gonna do? Leave her broke? So listen, hey, like I said, I watch Kandi and Todd very closely, but I do know that Kandi did a lot of things too, yeah, her mother was very disrespectful to him, but that's because her mother saw what we saw. Okay, he didn't have no attraction to her. Okay. um yeah, so hey, he's probably about to get a payday. He might not get what he wants, but he's probably going to try to, he's been putting on and she was probably oblivious to it for the longest, that the kids are with him while she's been gone for months and months at a time working. Okay. um she said, I wish I could have told him that we can do anything that he has the money for. I'm telling you. So, I wonder how airtight that prenup is, because I'm sure he's going to fight her. I'm not going to be surprised when it turns into the war of the roses. And I'm sure, they said he had moved out. She probably had hired a private investigator. I wish I could have had been the one. I wish I could have had been the one. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all something. I remember one day that somebody called me from New York and they was like, we want to hire you to do something. But before we tell you what it is, we need you to sign an NDA. And I was like, well, what is it? Well, we can't tell you what it is. We send you the paperwork, you sign the NDA, and then we'll tell you. I don't believe in signing nothing before I couldn't do it. It was just something about it. I mean, because they was from New York and stuff. They called from New York. It was some type of firm. I be wondering what it was sometimes. But I couldn't do it. Okay, I can't sign nothing. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like, no, I couldn't do it. But I'm sure whatever it was, it had to have been something real high profile. Yeah. It was a law firm. Hmm. Um, I would have told him that we can do it. So she probably have had some people looking at him. It's been they was into orgies and stuff. So I wonder, if she found out he had him a boyfriend. But now I'm not gonna be surprised if when stuff started leaking, he's gonna start leaking stuff to the media to try and destroy her credibility. It's always War of the Roses. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It turns into War of the Roses. And he's got everything to gain and she's got everything to lose. So she's gonna be fighting to hold on to what she already had so that he can't get half of it. He's gonna be fighting to get it. So it turns into War of the Roses. Okay. So I just hope that prenup is airtight. But Kandi knew, she knew what it was when she married him. Okay. And Todd may not be a bad person. I mean, he took an opportunity. I ain't gotta like it, but I mean it makes sense. I don't have to like it for it to make sense. Okay. It makes sense. Anybody, all of us would have taken the damn opportunity. Women do it every day. Okay. They got to see a man that's got some money. They want to come up. We loves for men to take care of us, the men's is. Okay. Y'all know I'm getting like the girls in the hood, the men's. They put a Z on the end of it, the men's is. So, I mean, I think it's sad when men do it. It's something up to me about, hey, I guess because I grew up around soldiers. I dated a lot of guys that was either they was street dudes or reformed street dudes, child. They was still street. They didn't believe in, I don't know what's going on with these street dudes now. They did not believe, they took care of their women. Every time you looked up, they was coming in with gifts and shit. You know, it makes a man feel good, a real man, to know that I take care of her. I take care of that. My woman don't pay no damn bills. They stick their chest out. These men now, not all of them, don't get offended if it don't refer to you, okay? I'm not referring to you if it's not you. But I mean, it's too many damn sisters now. These men ought to feel a certain way sitting up asking a woman for some money. You a sissy. You sit up with your chest out wanting a woman to take care of you. I don't like men like that. Have some damn pride about yourself, okay? But that's what's going on now. I'm gonna give me a gal. She gonna take care of me. They sit up with their boyfriends, because that's what they be, and laugh about it. A bunch of damn sissies. I don't care how a man look. Okay? If he taking care of business, if he's a man's man, it's something attractive. You're gonna find something attractive about him. Oh, girl, do you see how he walk? He a man, you know. That's I loves that about him. And it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that a lot of women, okay, fall for that. They go for it. That's the reason why it pissed me off when these motherfuckers was lying on me. Like I'm a fucking sugar mama. You got me messed up. No man that I've ever dated will ever tell you that I gave them anything but $135 bus ticket. Okay? And I was being nice. With tax, it was $135. Okay? Because I don't see how these women even get wet. How you gonna get into bed with a man? How can you even get wet for something like that? You got to take care of it. I can't lay with you. Okay? I want a real hard leg. Latoya says prenups also dictate the terms of divorce, so it might not be too bad. I don't think he is an opportunist. I recall he wanted her home more with those two younger kids, actually. Well, I think she actually bought that home before they were married. I think he bought that home before they was married. And I was, they said Todd been moved out. He moved out, got an apartment. Allegedly in the vlogs, I was looking at some Atlanta vloggers, says Todd had an apartment now for a while. So this has been going on for a while. Michelle from the ATL, I look at her, she gets all the tea. She's in Atlanta. Kandi filed for legal separation like back in July, August, or something like that. So, like that's when she said this has been going on for a while. It is, but Todd looks like he's struggling though. He does not look happy. Right, she paid cash for the home. Todd looks like he's sad though. He looks like he's stressed out. So it makes me wonder, it ain't good for if you with a man, because on one of those shows, I remember he was saying that he wanted to get his own apartment because he had gotten an office. He didn't want an office at Kandi Coated or whatever it is, that it's Candyland or whatever the name of her building is, okay? Candy Factory. He didn't want an office in her building anymore. He wanted an office separate from her. And he wanted to get an apartment close to the office in case he was working over. Like, he was slowly, even some years ago, when you start looking at video, he was slowly trying to separate himself from her. What husband says to a wife, we spend too much time together? He owned a townhome in New York City. You know what? You know, if my husband, you get a husband, and he get to talking about, baby, I want an apartment. I mean, because I think we spend too much time together. You might need to start looking at doing something differently, because I don't think I wouldn't understand that with myself. Hmm. He most definitely needed his apartment, because in the prenup, she said that he would have to pack up and move out within 30 days of her filing for divorce. So he was smart. Right. And also, they're saying that he gets a lump sum if he stay married to her for at least 10 years. What's up, Cypress? They stay married for 11 years. You could tell, you know, the only thing that kept them there was that prenup, trying to stay there for 10 years or more, and probably them threesomes. And probably those threesomes. So, it's something now that she has an urgency of she wants to file for a divorce. I wonder what was the last straw. I wonder what was the last straw, so I don't know. But I hate it. I don't like it when when I see couples, they get married and they've been married for a while and then they divorce. I hate that. It breaks my heart, especially when there are underage children involved. But here's the thing. I also don't support when people are only just staying married just because, I'm unhappy, but I got my kids here. Women do it all the time. They suffer through and they'll stay, okay, for the kids. Men don't necessarily do it, not unless they are the sole providers and they know he gonna be working just to for the those kids and his wife, so he might stay physically. But oftentimes men don't do it. Women do. They'll suffer through for years, but men don't necessarily do it. Her low down, rotten, greedy, funky tail man, in my opinion, is the biggest part of them getting a divorce. Yeah, her mother was disrespectful, but you have to think about too, her mama was probably looking at some things that we didn't get to see. Hey, Tamara. Yeah, the children are so young, they end up potentially being damaged. I hate that. But at the same time, like, they had like I guess a non-traditional marriage, but I mean, I guess we can't judge that. But me personally, I don't agree with people opening up their bedroom door to other people. It causes problems. If you listen to some of the men, okay, like I was listening to Trick Daddy, and so many like other men have said this. The worst thing that they could have ever done was, see, the men think it's something when they're having threesomes and their wives is down with it. Trick Daddy said what end up happening is, he said he'll never do it again. He claimed the wife, the two girls end up wanting to be together without the man. Okay, they end up getting together and don't want the man anymore. And you hear a lot of men say that they lose their women to the woman, and vice versa. A lot of times women open up the door thinking they're being spontaneous. I want to make my husband happen, and they end up losing their husband to the other woman. So, I mean, he's never been attentive. He didn't want to work with Kandi. He didn't want to keep the kids and let her work. Well, they're saying, and it's on camera, that, Kandi wanted for Todd to be with her all of the time. She didn't necessarily want for him to work, and that is how it seemed on camera. She wanted him to travel with her a lot, and she didn't necessarily want him to work. So that could work against her, because that's actually on video on those episodes and stuff where she was totally against him working and doing his own thing and traveling. She didn't want them to be separated that much. But hey, people might say, well, why couldn't he go do his own thing? Kandi and them were traveling on tour. She was making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Todd was trying to do a production where he needed Candi's money to pay his people. So it made more sense. She making hundreds of thousands of dollars rather than him spending hundreds of thousands. Okay. So anyways, hey, we'll see about their prenup. Maybe they'll reconcile. Maybe they will reconcile, but I don't think that they should, because I think Todd emotionally, he was never really there, but he definitely checked out a long time ago. He feel like he's paid his dues, and now he's gonna have a payday. So that's a high price to pay. Okay. Anyways, you guys, hey, but I wish them the best though. Maybe they won't make it the War of the Roses. She's got trust issues, abandonment issues, control issues, and insecurity issues. From what I hear, and I know nothing about it. That could be it too. That could be it. You're right. That could be it. And it's gonna work against her, because he's gonna get a lawyer. And he's gonna say, I want it to work. And there's proof from the show that she didn't want him to go and work. Do his own. He was a producer, but the thing about it is he wanted her to invest her money in all of his projects and stuff, rather they were successful or not. So, anyways, also, you guys, I wanted to talk about blogger Onan. Blogger Onan gets over 30 years in prison. Okay, I'm going to pull it up because someone called me. Several people called me yesterday, actually, and I believe it was yesterday or the day before, or something like that. And I want to show you all, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is not something that I've been cheering about or anything like that. Hey, I'm trying to think of a way to say it. Okay, do I want to say? Am I going to say that I hate it happen? I'm not gonna go as far as to say that, because I'm not fake. How do I want to put it? Let's see. It's sad that it happened. Okay, let's say that. It's sad that it happened. Hold on, you guys. Let me see something. For the victims, okay? For the victims. And just in listening to some of the, what happened, they're saying that a family, some people were shot. Hold on one second. I want to pull it up. Okay. Hold on, you all. Hold on, y'all. Look like I'm gonna have to read it from. Let me pull it up. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull it up. Y'all hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Hold on, you all. I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on. Okay, here it is right here. Okay. So it said this is he, of course. It's saying that his release date is March the 1st of 2058. Okay. March the 1st of 2058. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, so it looks like he's got 33 years or something like that. Is it 33 years? Looks like he's got about 33 years. Okay. It looks, yeah. He was, let's see. He's got, it says for aggravated assault. He's got several offenses as it relates to aggravated assault. 10 years for one. Reckless conduct, he got 12 months. That's a year. Another aggravated assault, he got 7 years. Another aggravated assault, he got 7 years. Another aggravated assault, he got 7 years. Possession of firearm during crime, he got 5 years. Okay. The incarceration date began on 11/20/2025 at the correction center, and it will end March 1st of 2058. Okay. Let's see. Did they say 2058? Yeah, of 2058. So that's 33 years. Okay. That's 33 years that he has gotten. And look, I'm not evil. Hey, Lakita, I'm not evil. I don't wish anything upon anybody. Okay. But that man got on here, him and his followers, and they targeted me. Okay. That man was the man that put out, you know, and he had his followers to spread that stuff. Okay, they was just lying on me. They're talking about I slept with a whole lot of police officers. I knew exactly where it started. It started from him, right? He lied, said I was a dispatcher, and that's why a lot of his followers that are starting to navigate to other channels, um, they're trying to carry that same energy. Okay. Um, he lied, just all of these lies. Okay, he lied like I was related to Lil Migo. And then he turned around and said that Lil Migo was my son. And then he turned around and said that I was messing with Daddy O. But see, I like that. So he stopped saying that because I mean I did have a little crush on Daddy O. So when he found out I liked that, he stopped saying that. He didn't want to tell that lie no more. And so he had hackers, he had ladies to put their jobs in jeopardy, committing federal crimes, put them in jeopardy of losing their licenses and things of that nature. And they wanted to do it. Okay. He had a lady I had to go to court for um that harassed me for over a year straight. Okay. He said, let me hold on. For over a year straight. Okay. Um, we ended up having to, she came to my office. I wasn't there. They sent somebody to my house. Okay. Like, this is the extent of when he would get on here and say, I don't have no limits. I don't care what I do. He didn't, because he was like a Charles Manson. He had a bunch of damn fools that wanted to be involved, that was getting out working every day, putting their jobs and their lives and their livelihoods in jeopardy, giving this man information. Okay. And it got ugly. Okay. For some reason, and people go, well, what do you do to these folks? Nothing. I don't do anything. I don't know why I attract crazy people. Okay. At one time when he first started getting on here, I was kind of enjoying his channel, right? He was putting up, he was doing videos, and he was doing pre-recorded videos, and they seemed pretty cool. They seemed pretty cool, except for when he put up that video where about Moneybag Yo, that car that they had photoshopped. Okay, I started kind of backing back then, because he had everybody thinking that they photoshopped a car and said it was Moneybag Yo's that was at the scene or something like that. I knew that wasn't true, so I didn't say nothing. I kind of backed up, and then after a while, I think he either started getting paid, because I noticed he started going that paper route artist, but he never would really say a whole lot about Moneybag Yo. I mean, about Yo Gotti or any of them. He kind of tried to put it all back at the feet of, Young Dolph's family did this to him. Mia J did this to him. We're going to get Cornelius out. He was the first one saying that. We're going to get Cornelius out. Then he started talking about Straight Drop, and we're gonna get Straight Drop out. It was like he was aiming to, and it went over a lot of people's heads, to try and get the killers out. And I knew Straight Drop and Cornelius that wasn't going nowhere but to the damn penitentiary. Okay, so I guess he felt like I had some credibility, and so he started throwing shots at me. People started saying it. It's like that vlogger started throwing shots at you. At this time, he had the mask on. I think either he had started getting paid or something like that. So I ended up having a friend of mine. I was like, there's this vlogger, and he's throwing shots at me. I was like, it's hard to fight somebody and you don't know their real name or anything like that. So the person was like, give me 3 days. Give me 3 days and I'll tell you who he is. Okay. So it took him less than 3 days. And he was like, that vlogger with that mask on, I already had his name before anybody else had it. I'm not messy like that. I knew his name. I knew the situation that had happened with his son before that street stepper guy ever put it out. I never said nothing. Okay. Never. Okay. I had to have his information just in case, because I knew he was going to come. I knew he was. I just know what I know. Okay, what I do now when I see people feel like they're gonna mess with me, I just go ahead and have everything I need and just put it in my back pocket. Okay, and so anyways, he so yeah, that's actually that's what happened. So anyways, he lied. Okay, he got into it one day. When he finally threw a bomb at me. Okay. We got into it, and me and D-Mom was cussing him out because he started with me first. And D-Mom said to him, and this is D-Mom said on my panel, she says, didn't something happen to your family? Tamara is not. Why don't you figure that out instead of messing with Tamara? At that point, I guess it pissed him off. He was like, I guess he said in his mind, damn, she know. You know, he knew I was an investigator. So I think what started going through that orangutan mind of his was she might be trying to find out something that has happened with my son. For some reason, he always, and he had them damn fools, and they talk about kids. He was sitting up talking about anytime somebody would say, well, why aren't you trying to figure out what had happened with your family? They talking about cats. They talking about my cats. Y'all know that's how he talk, right? And it was really weird. And I'm going to tell you something. So when I put the police on, because y'all know I be putting the police on folks, okay? They sat in the bushes, especially when they sent that man to my house. They sat in the bushes and watched him. And he was talking about the young dog's case. They said he a joke. They said he a joke. And so I remember when the officer, because see, he wouldn't tell y'all, but we sent some paperwork to him in Atlanta, straight to his door. He got high one day. When they went to his door, they told him that he did not live there. He got high one day and forgot and said, yeah, because she delusional, because she tried to have me served. So at that point, we knew he knew that he was living there, right? And so anyway, the MPD was like, well, he's delusional, but the investigator was like, but he is quite dangerous, because they pulled some information. And that's why I was getting on here. I was like, this man fixated on me. This man has done some horrific things to women. Stuff that wasn't showing up in his background that showed up in the police department back, because ain't nothing ever expunged there. And I was like, the man that lived in Ohio, he did something to a woman. Okay. He did something to a woman in Ohio. He had a history of hurting women. And so he was fixated on me, but what he had decided was he was going to get some of these damn fools on here to do something to me. So he sent a man, and I think the reason MPD took such an interest in it, and they got the video and stuff of the person. They sent this guy to my house because this was around the time, like, they took an interest in it because it could have been him that did it with some of them damn fools that was following him, or it could have been some people that was involved in that young dog's case, okay? And like I said, it was the day that my dad passed away, and the guy had on all red, okay? He had on all red, okay, which would lead me to believe that he was involved in, who wears all red cap, red clothes, red shoes. Okay, we're looking right in him on my camera. And so they felt like it was either it could have been him, or it could have been some people, because around that time they was trying to kill everybody. They had killed Paul Jeremiah. Okay, folks that was affiliated with this young dog's case, they killed Jeremiah Taylor. According to what the police told me, his death has something to do with the young dog's case. Don't y'all ever let nobody, I ain't talk about that case. At the time, my auntie was a lieutenant up there in homicides. It's a lot of shit I wasn't saying then that I could say now. And she told me, niece, don't talk about Jeremiah Taylor. And I never talked about him. And I still don't talk about it. That's still an ongoing investigation. But I'm telling y'all now what I was told. They already know that what happened to him is directly related to that mural. Nobody could have ever told me anything else. I'm telling you what it was. Okay? That's what it was. And so, anyways, I digress. But that was around the time that they was trying to kill everybody that was talking about the young dog's case. Okay. They had tried to lure me one time before. A guy called me OG Big Black, child. Why he called me talking about he won't, to hire a private investigator, and you're gonna tell me your motherfucking name is OG Big Black, and then we trace your number, and you living down there in Irving, Texas, where we find out that's where Shondell Barnett was living at. Okay. Got his real name too. The police got all that. That's the reason why when folks say the investigation over, I say, okay, y'all can have it, because it don't matter to me. I work for the Fed, so it's a lot of stuff I can't say anyways. And don't say, I just moves right along. Okay, say what you want to say, leave me alone. Okay. And so anyways, but it was just crazy, and it was so many vloggers that was just taking money, because you had people from certain folks' camps that was wanting to pay them to try to change the narrative, they already knew that they couldn't pay me, right? They already knew that they couldn't pay me. But I also, I'm smart like a fox. Okay. So you couldn't lure me with no money. But if I had known that day when they came to my door, the day that my dad died, God allowed me to be, I guess, in distress for a reason. He'd have been laying out there, it would have been all red clothes, and that blood coming up out his head. Okay. Okay. And so somebody, used to send me emails all the time. Somebody was like, the person that came to your house, Onan sent them. They told me who the guy was, that he lived in some parts of Tennessee, that be up there on his panel. I told the police that. So one of the investigators was like, call me the next, one night he came on. One of the investigators on the case was looking at his show. He said, it is weird. He said, I was looking at that clown last night, and he told everybody on his panel, don't turn your cameras on. Don't turn your cameras on anymore, after I had gotten on my channel and said something about he was supposedly had been the one that sent the man to my house. He told them don't turn their cameras on no more. And the investigator said that is kind of weird for him to say something like that. He said, I was listening to that clown. He told them don't turn their cameras on anymore. Okay. Because I had gotten an email of who it could have possibly been that he had sent to my house. I still know who it is. Hey, he had that cap down way over his eyebrows or whatever. He was gonna be they say he had been affiliated with CMG. According to him, he had some type of affiliation with CMG, and he was still running with the Trula Mafia guys. Okay, but he was up there on Onan's panel. Okay. Now that's what I was told. I passed that on to the police. They know who he is. They know what county he live in. Okay. It ain't in Shelby County. He lives right outside of Memphis. Okay. So, anyways, Onan said, yeah, she set up on her channel and said, I'm not going to say who his name is. Okay. But if it had been him, she wouldn't even be alive. It had gotten that bad. When all that man had to do, he had the gift of gab. He was over there lying his ass off. Okay. The only time that I can remember that he was on to something was when somebody had told me there's this guy named named Orange Mound. They call him Quit. He's going to be indicted. I had never heard of no Quit. The person that told me who it was. And then they said a guy named Tez. His street name is Tez. They was talking about Teasy. Okay. It's just a lot of shit I didn't say because I was vlogging on the case. I had folks looking out for me. Okay. They called him Tez, but they was talking, it was Teasy. Okay. And so he got on his channel one day, and that was months and months before Quit was ever even indicted. I had never even heard of no Quit. Okay. And so until the officer told me that. And so I remember he got on his channel and he started talking about Quit. At that time I was talking to D-Mon every night. I was like, D-Mon, he now I have heard that a Quit is going to be indicted. And D-Mon could vouch for me for that. I was like, so somebody so he must be talking to somebody that knows something, but it ain't the motherfucking police. Okay. So it was somebody, probably that guy that he had sent to my house that I was going to shoot the shit out of. Okay. And so, anyways, that was the only time I ever knew that he know. And then he started taking it and making it into all types of other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he was saying all types of things that just didn't make no sense. And I'll never forget, one night I woke up in the middle of the night. Okay. And this is when I knew this man was really sick. And I told the officers, I said, that man has focused in on me. And this man is really, really sick. let's see. Double Tap has a channel. Hold on one second. Let me see something. Does Double Tap still have its channel up? Double Tap TV 2. Y'all, does Double Tap still have his TV up? Let's see. I mean, his channel up. Double Tap. He got a Double Tap TV 2. Y'all help me out. Hold on, let's see. I guess Double Tap is taking his channel down. Oh man. Y'all, was it Double Tap? I mean, does Double Tap still have his channel up? I used to have Double Tap cell phone number. I don't have it no more. I got a new phone. Anyways, he was on Double Tap put on his channel. He was up, and I think he was high out of his mind. And he started talking about he was going to have somebody to go and kill Skull's daughter. He claimed he knew what college Skull's daughter went to, and he was going to have somebody to kill her. And then he said he spared Raven's mama and daddy. He told Raven, I could have had you crying for years, but I told him, don't do it. I spared your mama, but I won't spare her the next time. So he was having people that was just as radical as him, just as strung out as him, to go to people's houses that was ready to do something to him. Okay. So he sent somebody in the cookie shop. He told Raven, I could have had you crying for years, but I spared you. I spared your mama. Next time I'm not going to spare your mama. He was, and it's something because one of the investigators has said to me, he said, it's what's got me bothered with this clown. He trying to get somebody crazy enough to run up in that cookie shop and kill them people. That's exactly what he was at. The police he said that clown is trying to get somebody that's crazy enough he said he ain't crazy enough to do it. He trying to get somebody weak and crazy enough to run up in that cookie shop and kill them people. He said that's a problem. And so then he turned around and said to Orange Mound Quet, where your daughter at? The exact same thing that he said to me, okay, about my daddy. Quet, where your daughter at? Where your daughter at, Quet? This is after Quet's daughter had been killed. Now, this is a man whose kids died in the most tragic way. Okay? But yet you could sit up there. You want for everybody else, okay, to feel bad for you, even though nobody, not even Sko, because I was watching Sko. Sko never said nothing bad about his damn family. Sko just said, how come you ain't using the energy that you putting into Dolph? You got all these damn fools that's going to lose their motherfucking licenses and jobs, okay? That's doing anything. Got them up under federal investigation of some sort, okay? Why don't you take them damn fools and have them to put that energy into figuring out what happened to your family? Okay? But he would get on there and talk about Desto and he said, and we're going to take you out just like we did Orange Mound Quet's daughter. Now, a lot of people was like, well, he sprung. And you know what man says that? We're going to take you out just like we did Orange Mound Quet's daughter. Maybe he was sprung, or high when he said it, but to make that type of insinuation, and we know that this man has no limits, especially when he got a bunch of weak-minded damn fools doing this shit for him, right? But he made fun of Destiny being killed. Okay. He told Quit, why don't you go dig your daughter up? The exact same thing that he made a fake page and said to me when my dad died. Where your daddy at? Where your dad at? Where your dead ass daddy at, bitch? Go dig your dead ass daddy up, bitch. That's why I know it was him, because he said the exact same thing about Desto, that when he was on his live and then turned around and made a fake page and said that to me. Where your daddy at? Go dig your dead ass daddy up, bitch. All that man had to do was sit on his page and tell all them damn lies that he was telling them damn fools that believed him, and get their money and bully them and bully them into giving him their money. That's all he had to do, but he couldn't do that. He was a terror on YouTube, okay? And so, he sat on this page one time and said, my works. She mentioned my cats. He was mad. Bitch, I'm the best hoe. It's a lot of shit that I don't get on here and say because I'm a professional. You thought I wasn't going to know who you was before everybody else? I do's this. And if I can't do it, I got people that can do it. And so that's what I did. It wasn't to hurt him, but it pissed him off. And he started lying like she talked about my cats, that he thought he was going to terrorize me without knowing who he was. And then he knew I knew who he was at that point. Okay. And so he jumped up on his platform lying and said, mark my word, he had witch doctors coming writing on my page. When you mess with the dead comes and visits you. I was blocking them like 40 going north. They were sending me them emails. He had that girl who I had sent to jail. Okay, because a chick went to jail that he sent out. She was sending me emails. You talked about Mr. Onan kids. Now look at your daddy. He dead. Karma is a bitch. Yeah, karma is a bitch, ho. She said last year your dad was alive and this year he dead. And I said last year you was free, bitch. This year you in jail, ho. You had me messed up. This is what these people did. He went to no ends to try and terrorize me. I had not even done nothing to the man. Nothing. Okay. And so when people can't run you off, they start trying to mess with your character and your reputation. Let me just say this. I ain't ashamed of nothing that I've ever done. These motherfuckers never would have known that I had dated 2 police officers if I had not said it. Okay. Some of these men then had more dicks in their mouth than I have in my cooch. I've been with 8 men and I'm on my damn late 40s. 8. And you got men, some men that have been with more than that. Okay. Some of them same women, they was mad because they was thinking about, damn, I done been with 8 men this week. This bitch ain't had but 8 men in her whole life. Damn right. And so I started realizing on here that you have to get a lawyer. Okay. Because that's what people try and do. And that's what he did. He wanted to try to use them to try and destroy my character. Right? Because that's what they do to Black women. Okay. When they get mad at them, when they want to influence what people think about them, when they're jealous of them, that's the first thing they do, go after their body count. I done told y'all about my damn body count, and which it ain't nobody's business. Okay? That ain't nobody's business. But that all started with him. Okay? It all started with him. And now, like I said, he had the gift of gab. He did. He had the gift of gab. He got on here. He told all kinds of lies about the Young Dogs case. And once he fish filleted it, he couldn't fish fillet it no more. He started talking about Young Dog was still alive. And them damn fools believed that. He dared them to think or say anything different. He dared them to. He dared them to. Okay. And so now he's got over 30 years. Okay. hey, I'm not jumping for joy from that. I'm not that type of person. Do I give a damn? No. But I'm not jumping for joy. And some people might say, well, why are you talking about it? Because he would talk about it if it was me. But let me go back, okay? Because there's some stuff I'm missing. Because that man got on here messing with me every day. That man got up on his page one day and he was talking about something. And then all of a sudden he said, and that bitch Tamara, mark my words. Either her kids are gonna end up dead or her grandbaby is gonna end up dead. Mark my words. Each and every time that I don't know what he said. He said I talked about his kids. I had never in my life talked about that damn man kids. Okay. Mark my word. Her kids are gonna end up dead. Her wishing death on my kids and my grandbaby. And we went into prayer on that Negro. That's the reason why when folks sit up and talk about I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna send them spirits. We got a whole army praying. We send them back to you. You got to be an evil person when you sitting up wishing bad luck on people that have not done anything to you, all because you're jealous of the light that is on their life. I'm not. Okay. I'm not perfect. Okay. But I do have a good heart. I have a light on my life. And if my light blinds you, I put some motherfucking shades on and sit down. Okay. The sun don't stop shining just because you can't stand to see it. Okay. It don't stop shining. And that is the issue I feel like with a lot of people. Instead of them worrying about what they got going on, they get about trying to use all types of curses and spells and stuff to try to stop the sun from shining. The God gave me my light. So if you got an issue with the light that's on my life, you need to take that up with God. Okay. And so now he's in jail. He called the police on everybody. Okay. He had them folks lying. Y'all, them folks was lying so bad. I remember they was sending, he had them. And you know what's so sad? Them damn women. When that young lady went to jail for stalking me, he had them folks and the police. I'm telling you, they kept watching him. He had them. He said, he told them, don't call me. And so he said, I'm going to tell y'all what to do. He told them to go to the FBI website and he told them how to fill out reports. They was filing fake reports on stuff, on people, y'all. Y'all, he had them women to file so many damn fake reports on me with the FBI. It didn't make no sense. Okay. Don't you know that they called me? When you file them fake ass reports, they reach out to the people. I was so mad. Okay, they told me no. I was told not to say anything. I was so mad. They said, "Don't worry about it. You talk about getting in trouble. Let them keep filing them fake reports. That's against the law." Okay, you talking about a person that was evilly evil. He was evilly evil. But you had a lot of people that was right on this internet, grown, old, crusty, rust ass folks, doing exactly what he said do. Because unfortunately, people want to be a part of something. And when they've been hurt, it gives them a lot of joy to see other people being taunted. I was listening to somebody say one time, yeah, because she thinks she's something because she had a silver spoon in her mouth. I grew up in Clementine until I was about 12 or 13 years old. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I didn't starve either. Okay. I know we all come from different walks of life and stuff, but I was just taught something differently. I hated that some of these people come from homes where they were not treated right. Okay. I hate that. But you would think that they would take that and turn that into something different. Listen, my folks didn't treat me right, but I'm going to get myself some counseling and I'm going to break this generational curse. But being jealous and hating on somebody else that ain't never did nothing to you, that is a clear sign of insanity, evilness, and jealousy. Okay? And so you got people, I don't think any of them were, because a lot of the young folks didn't rock with him. You had a bunch of old, miserable folks that rocked with him, that was doing everything that they can to try to find dirt on folks so that they can get on here and try and torment them. Okay. To the point they was trying to figure out the miles on my coochie. I was like, dog, I mean, it's the bomb, but Jesus Christ. Okay. And so I think it's messed up, but hey, he is in jail. He's in jail now for 30 something years. And that man was so evil. I get to wondering, was there any alternative for him on the outside? Could he even coexist with decent people without trying to turn him? Because that man was building a cult. That man was going to sooner or later find a damn food that was going to go kill somebody for him. Because that's what he was working at. Because when they had minds of their own, he would start blocking them out of the channel. And I saw everybody, okay, that had once worked with him, he turned on them. I never worked with him because I never had no need to. He couldn't tell me nothing because I was getting all of my information from the source. What I need with him, he didn't even live in Memphis. And I think that was another thing. You had Memphians that was getting up there. And he talked about Memphis so bad. But you had people following him. And he made Memphis look totally bad, talked about the people in Memphis. And you had a bunch of damn fools from Memphis sitting up on his damn panel. You could never have gotten me to sit up there. Bobby the Hill. They Memphis are stupid. Bitch, you from Memphis, ho. And you going along with that? No, I don't. No, I can't go along with that. You calling everybody in Memphis stupid? That means you talk about me too. Okay, so I can't rock with that. But he would try to get up there and do that and discredit everybody from Memphis because he knew he was not from Memphis. Okay, so that people would believe him. And you had Memphians that knew the truth of what had happened in the Young Doll's case, and they would get they damn water heads up there on his panel. That was secondhand damn embarrassment. They knew what he was saying was lies. Okay. And so his only job was to try to discredit a Memphian that he knew had the inside source, and that would be Wah. Okay. Yeah, she thinks she know everything I did. I popped my motherfucking collar. I had the information that they wanted. That's why they looked at me all the damn time and then would steal my damn information and try to change it a little bit. Okay? Especially him. I'll never forget they had said that Kenny Money had gotten shot. Okay? And he had a lady to call me. And I would never fool. You know, I knew he had the lady to call me. And that lady, I was like, really? They said Kenny Money been shot? I started calling around. And I was reaching out at the time. Rest in peace, Young Doll was coming into my chat. He was from somebody from out of Castelia. And I'll never forget that that lady was on, and I was like, okay, rest in peace, Young Doll just sent me a message. He just reached out to Kenny Money's mom. Kenny Money he didn't get shot. And then after that, Kenny Money went live. I said that lady was on the phone. He went live. He had her to call me to try to get the information. And he went live and then turned around and said exactly what she had heard me read. Okay. So he treated the Memphians that was running after him like a damn dog. But he needed their information. Because he didn't have no way of getting it. Okay. I wasn't gonna let a damn crackhead come and tell me anything about my motherfucking city. Okay, I wouldn't, and I'm not saying that other people from outside of Memphis can't get information, because they can. But I wasn't gonna let a damn crackhead who was dead set on talking bad about a city that I was born and raised in try and tell me nothing. Okay? He wasn't gonna force feed it to me either, because I knew he was lying. Okay, but hey, he made a lot of money off of it. That's what it was about, right? He made a lot of money off of them lies, and I don't hate on nobody getting money. Okay, what I hate on was him, how they violated other people. Okay, but anyways, he got 33 years, so um, he could have he got a lot of time to have some type of redemption. Okay, and then he might get paroled at early. Okay, as far as when is he up for parole? You know, he might not even do 33. They just said the max possible release date is 2058. So that's the max time that he'll do. So he can get out before then. Okay, that's 33 years. So how much time, like if you get 33 years in Georgia, how much of that time do you have to serve? Does anybody know? If you're in Georgia and you get 33 years, how much of that time do you have to serve? And hey, I had never did anything to that man. Never said anything about, never did nothing to him. Never. Oh, he got to serve 85% of 33 years. Oh my God. So that means he'll do about 20 something, right? Oh my God. Let's see. Oh, he'll do about 28 years. Hmm. Hmm. Anyways. Wow. I'm not gonna get on here and rejoice. My life too good to rejoice in anybody's downfall. But when that man was getting on here wishing death on my kids, on me, rejoiced in my sorrow of my dad being dead, took credit for it because he dealt in that darkness too. Sending me them emails. I just remember that scripture. God says, when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. And I remember my mama said to me, she said, you keep getting on there and hollering and screaming. Because I was going through that depression when my dad died. She said, girl, I done told you to pray. Keep your mouth closed. God can't get them back as long as you keep going, fighting with them yourself. Keep your mouth closed and watch God come. My mom used to always say, if you keep your mouth closed, you will see God gonna come passing through. And he ain't gonna miss a beat. But they will always get me talking about my daddy. Sending me them messages. That's why your daddy dead. Where your daddy at? Where your daddy at? And my dad had just passed away. And of course it kept me upset. And my mom used to say, if you keep your mouth closed, she said, that's a demon. It's not him, it's that demon that's on him. And them people that's doing it. She said, they got to pay. But if you keep your mouth closed, you will see God gonna come passing through. And he ain't gonna miss a beat. I remember when I started getting better, things that he said didn't even bother me no more. I started really trying to heal. And see, when Parker came into my life, I was a vulnerable state, and I believe the devil sent him to try to set me back, really. Because look at what he tried to do when he left. He couldn't use me because I don't let men use me. So I think the devil thought that was going to be a setback because God was setting me up for something big. Okay, that didn't work either. I let all of that stuff go, and I don't wish this on him. But nobody could ever tell me that God ain't got my back. Nobody could ever tell me God don't have my back. Okay? Because everybody that I've ever seen try to come up against me, because I don't bother these folks. A lot of these people I've tried to help, they got mad and turned on me. And I'm not the type to go back and forth after you say something to me, after I know that I've helped you. Okay? I know I've been cool with you because I don't really bother people like that. It ain't no, I'm a do. I was taught this by my dad. Okay. That's why I don't have a forgiving spirit. I'm a good person to have on your team because I'm a rider. But if you fuck over me, I ain't got nothing for you. I don't forgive. That's between me and God. But you can't do what you want to do to me. And then decide, oh, well, it was a mistake. I thought you had did this. No, you should have came to me before you went and did that because I'm through with you. I'm done with you. It ain't no reconciliations, no nothing. I don't want nothing to do with you, period. That's just how I rock in my life. You can't do what you want to do to me and then turn around and say, you sorry, you got me messed up. Okay? And so you have to reap what you sow. All right. I saw how that man got on here. Hold on, y'all. Y'all not be having to blow my nose. I'm trying to catch a little cold. I need to do me a toddy. Regardless of how people felt about Raven is a woman. And it bothered me so bad that other women could jump on a bandwagon of a whole lot of men and other men that could come up against one woman like that. When I kept telling y'all, listen, they have not told me that cookie shop was involved. Nobody ever told me that. I'm not going to accuse them people. You got Castelia right up the street. Somebody was spinning for Young Dolph. You think I'm going to recklessly get on here? Folks can say what they want to say, but I got a job and I makes money. I ain't rich, but I ain't brokey. I'm not going to be broke because I put myself in a position where if something ain't working here, I got me something right here. I can go on here and go make me some money right here, and I ain't got to sell no ass either. Never have. Okay? And so that's one of the reasons that he was mad. It got him big numbers and a lot of money to jeopardize these people. And I can't understand how women could have jumped on that bandwagon being another woman. That's why it's certain types of women I don't fuck with. Go somewhere and get yourself healed. Okay? Some of these women need to get themselves healed. It gives them great pleasure to try to take down another woman or to see somebody take down another woman because they've been taken down. They hurt. They messed up on the inside. I can't jump on no bandwagon of a man coming at a woman like that man was doing every single day, and that man knew he was lying. You creating an atmosphere to have somebody to go and try and kill them people. How could you do that with a great conscience? We know he's sick. That man killed a woman before. I tried to tell y'all that. Okay? But how could you do that? How could you? As a woman, regardless of how you felt, it was based on an opinion. You don't attack another woman like that based on an opinion that ain't got no facts behind it. A man that ain't never even put his damn foot in Memphis. How could y'all let him make y'all get on a bandwagon of attacking a woman like that? Okay. Then they thought they was going to attack me. I just started putting the police on them. You hear what I say? When they say when all else fails, call the police. Now, bitch, that's the first. That's rule number one. You fuck with Tamara. Rule number one, we getting the police involved. Okay, that ain't the last resort. That's the first resort. That's A, B, C, and D. Police, police, police. Bitch, you got something going on. They gonna know. Okay, because I'm gonna put them on you. You ought to leave me alone. Don't mess with a woman that ain't doing nothing to you. If you a man, I'm definitely going to put them on you. I'll send some of them PIs to watch your damn house that I know, and they're going to figure out what you got going on. If you got some illegal stuff going on, we're going to send OCU over there. I told you to leave me alone. If I don't bother you, don't bother me. But see, what people want to do is they want to be able to tear you down, especially black people. I'm mad at her. I want to tear her down. And they want to be able to do it without any consequences. It's going to be some consequences. And if you come to my house, I got to believe you want to try to kill me. And so I'm going to put your ass through hell because you ain't got no business at my doorstep if I don't knock you down. It's a darn shame that you have to do this with grown folks. If I don't bother you, if people don't bother you, somebody that's sitting over here on my own vlog, doing my own thing. If you don't like what I say, stay up on my vlog. That's the same thing to do. You can't, she making money. You can't stop my money flow. I'm a damn winner. YouTube don't pay me nothing. You can't stop a winner. And it ain't just me. There's a lot of people that gravitate to my vlog because they got the same type of mindset I got. They ain't hating. They winners. We try to keep the losers up out of here. We block some. Okay? And so when you start going up to, he was having some of them damn fools. They was going up to some of these folks when he got into it with them, going up to their schools. Now, the word is that he had some of them damn fools following Orange Mound Quit. Okay, see, he got mad at me when I said that. He knew I'd heard that. Okay, we already know that was straight up suicide. I said, Lord, I don't be wishing nothing on nobody, but somebody gonna get killed following Quit. But he had them following him. And don't you know they had to be a damn fool to do it? Not just following Quit, but following anybody. But if they'll send, he could convince a fool to come to my house. You know that he could convince some of them damn fools to follow Quit. That's why when he was going into their Home Depot, they were standing back waiting on him to get out the car. Okay, he got mad at me when I got on my vlog and said it. So he started putting out more lies on me. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. No boundaries. But people, as long as they can sit back and be a puppet master and they can get weak-minded people, if they can get somebody that wants to belong and they weak-minded and they evil too, they will push them to the limit. Okay? They'll push them to the limit. And that man sat on his vlog and said, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't even give a damn about myself. And you had them damn fools over there following him. Somebody who said, I don't give a damn about myself. I don't care what I do. I don't give a damn about myself. And they was over there following him. Hell, you might not have much, but you got something to lose. even if it's your freedom of your life that you want to preserve. That's something. But people are so wounded. They follow people. I don't deal with people that ain't got nothing to lose. They'll help you lose everything. Okay. But anyways, he got a max of up to 33 years. Okay. And so I'm not evil enough to rejoice. Okay. I guess that's just what it is. What's up, Stanley? So, anyways, I'm trying to see where my phone is. I would have people to call in. Okay. Let me see if I can find my little phone to turn it on, child, so folks can call in if you want to. I got me a smaller purse, and it makes me mad. I can't hardly put nothing in it. Let me see, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why I can't never find my chargers. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Okay, you all. Y'all hit the like button for me. Okay, make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, I found it. Let's see how long it's gonna take for it to pop on. Hey Tashawn. Okay, y'all, it popped on quick. My battery must just went down on it. No. Don't. Oh, snap. Is anybody trying to call in? Y'all hit the like button for me. He was 46. He born in 79. Making all that money on YouTube then. Sure was. Shane, sure was. If I was dirty, I could have I could have reported that. I didn't do it. That man was harassing me so they found out so much about that man, it was ridiculous. Getting food stamps. I never said a word. Making all that money. Receiving all that government assistance. I never said a word. Okay. She said she thought about reporting him. Okay. He was getting boohoos of money. Getting what, $300 in food stamps a month. Close to three. Okay. So I tell you. Yeah, hit the like button. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. It's a lot of stuff. I've just I've started nipping it now because I was going through something, so I didn't do to Onan what I should have did. Because I would start and then I wouldn't go through with it because I would go, I don't want to deal with that. But that girl that he sent out to mess with me, she was so aggressive. She was so aggressive that I had to do something with her. I had to. I believe he could have got her. Because why would she come to my office? It's sad that people let people send them out on missions like that. If people really cared about Young Dog's family and stuff, the things that man was saying about that lady, it's nowhere in the world. Hold on, y'all. The phone line is open if you want to call in. Okay, yeah. The phone number is 901-667-0119. If y'all want to call in, y'all could call in. Y'all run the likes up. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got another page before I'm finished with my essay. I got 4 pages written up. I got to do the last page, y'all. It's a damn shame I've been working on the essay now. I know for about 4 days. All because it's 5 pages. My attention span is. Mhm. Yeah, I'll be on for 20 more minutes. If y'all want to call in, y'all can call in. So, what do y'all think about either of the topics tonight? Okay. Um, hold on, I'm looking at something. Are you all ready for Thanksgiving? I think my mama cooking everything. Um, yeah, my mom is cooking everything. I wonder how happy Candy, our Candy mama gonna be real happy. They said they think Candy. Tasha K said she think Candy gonna go and just be with her man. I mean a woman. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can show y'all something on that. I don't know if they still got the video. I thought they was going to show the video of when Candy was telling Todd that she wanted for him to sign that prenup. Hey, Edward Potts. Y'all make sure y'all be careful out there. It's around the holidays. It says a Sardis grandmother says she heard the gunfire that killed her grandson just feet from her front door. 38-year-old Marcus Petty was shot multiple times while sitting in his truck in his grandmother's driveway. As soon as I got in bed, I heard some gunfire. They were shooting, said Maxine Petty. Petty says the shooting happened early Monday morning. Her grandson, Marcus Petty, was sitting in his truck. Hold on, let me let y'all see it. This is sad. Why are they? People are sick. I told y'all folks be real lax around the holidays. They be happy to be with their family. They be in the Christmas spirit, and that's around the time that people want to go take them from their family.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. 38-year-old Marcus Petty was shot multiple times while sitting in his truck in her driveway. The WRD investigators spoke with his heartbroken family.
Soon I got in the bed, I heard some gunfire. He was shooting. Pow, 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 pow.
Maxine Petty heard the gunfire that took her grandson's life. Petty says the shooting happened early Monday morning. Her grandson, 38-year-old Marcus Petty, was sitting in his truck in the driveway of her Sardis, Mississippi home. Petty says after she heard the gunfire, she rushed to the front door.
I opened my front door and went to the porch. I stood on the porch and was calling him names 3 or 4 times. Marcus, Marcus, Marcus. I didn't get no answer.
Petty sent Marcus's brother to look inside the truck.
Soon he got there, he's all no. Somebody shot my brother.
Petty says her grandson was shot multiple times in his chest, head, and face. Petty says the whole ordeal has her sick.
Like something been taken from me. And I'll never see it again.
Family members say they believe the gunman walked up to the house, pulled out a gun, and shot Marcus and ran away. WREG spotted 2 Skycop cameras several feet away from Petty's house. Petty says she won't rest until her grandson's killers are locked up.
Turn yourself in because you're going to be dealt with one way or the other. No, you did wrong. He didn't do nothing to nobody to do him like that.
Reporting for your news leader, April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
A family hoping for justice tonight, and Marcus Petty leaves behind 6 small children. If you know who killed Marcus Petty, call the Sardis Police Department at 662-487.
Oh wow, Sardis is such a small town. I'm sure they would already know who did that. Oh Lord, have mercy. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I hate that. Right before the holidays, that's really just so sad. Yeah, there has to be some type of prayer. We got to start back praying. Like, people don't have any conviction anymore. They don't care what they do to other people. I get to thinking about a lot of our relatives, like our grandmothers and great grandmothers. They went through trauma, being poor and having to be mistreated and working for barely nothing. That's enough to have anybody bitter. But a lot of them were not bitter. They did what they had to do. They worked hard because they had to. They took care of their families. They didn't go and violate nobody else to try to get no money. That's why I can't understand what is going on now. Oh Lord. Mm, mm, mm. We definitely got to do better. Yep. I tell you. Anyway, y'all. Oh, wow. Anyway, y'all, I was just thinking about putting my one of a tree up. I'm gonna put lights up, but I ain't gonna put up no tree for them puppies to jump in and knock over and stuff. I'm gonna put lights and stuff. I've already put up some decorations. Um, I'm gonna put um my stockings and stuff on the fireplace and fill it up with goodies for my grandbaby and my two nephews. Yeah. Anyway, y'all listen. Did y'all see? I listen, y'all. Finesse had me so tickled. I was trying not to. I was trying to give Finesse a break, but somebody had a video of y'all. Y'all, Finesse so funny. It don't make no sense. Finesse is so funny. It's ridiculous. Um, who is that? That's got that video of Finesse 2 times. Hold on. Oh, it tickled me so bad it was ridiculous. Hold on, y'all. This is right here, but I don't see the video. Oh, here it is. Hold on. I can't find the video. It's on another vlogger channel. But I hope Finesse and them get themselves together. Hopefully maybe they can get a reality show. They get a reality show. I promise you, I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in because all of them are characters. I promise you, every last one of them are characters. I tell you, because it's like a guilty sin right now. Because I be looking for when he go live. I know he gonna have something funny to say. He said his mama boyfriend. He said his mama boyfriend can't buy a McDonald's sandwich. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Lord have mercy. That's so sad. Oh, y'all, I gotta finish this essay. I got one more page. Oh, I do not like this. Oh, but today is, at least I know today is the last day. I never should have dragged out writing an essay for 4 days. But I have to rest my brain because it's specifics that she wants. I wonder why she just couldn't do like the history teacher did. I did my essay in history and made 100, got an A on it. She want for you to argue points in her essay. Oh God, I don't want to have to do it. Anyways, y'all, I got to go. Y'all hit the like button. Make sure you guys, please hit the like button. Make sure you all go and Jessica Dimepiece is doing her. Hold on, let me show y'all. Jessica's. Make sure y'all go and support Go and support. Hold on. Let's see, Jessica. She's in Memphis, and make sure y'all go out there tomorrow. It all goes down tomorrow. Dimes Giving Fest. I'm here at the Memphis Slim Collaboratory, my uncle's legendary museum. And tomorrow from 12 to 5, we will be out here having a good time. We serving the homeless. We serving the less fortunate. We're going to have the Dimes grocery store, the Dimes Giving grocery store. We're going to be serving over 200 hot plates. We got over 100 turkeys. We got canned goods, dry foods. We have so many sponsors that have come through and show up and show out for the Keep the Change Foundation and Dimes Giving Fest. So tomorrow from 12 to 5, Memphis Slim Collaboratory, we are outside, not in. Shout out to Jessica. She's doing a thing. If you're in the Memphis area, that's over at Soulsville, like in South Memphis, the Collaboratory. Go and support. Go support. I'm gonna when I leave work, I'm gonna go out there. So I gotta be at work tomorrow. But I'm gonna go out there and show some love to Jessica for giving back to her city. Shout out to her and her husband, for doing their thing for their city. Yeah. Anyway, y'all. Nobody called in. So since nobody called in, I just assumed, hold on, because I turned the thing off. Because I was trying to stay on for 10 more minutes. Let me see if anybody done call. Nobody has called. So y'all, what else is going on? What's up? Y'all forgive me for being on here cussing. Sometimes it slips out. And I know that's not ladylike to be cussing and stuff. So y'all forgive me. At first I wasn't gonna cook. I think I'm just trying to find constantly procrastinating, but I need to cook. He said dude got thugging years. Thudding years. Yeah, he got 30. He said 30 years. Yeah, he got 33 years. But I mean, they're saying that that's the max for his release date. So I guess they're saying he'll do up to 33 years because they say his release date is, but they're saying his release date is March 1st of 2058. I don't mean no harm. A lot of us gonna be in them. A lot of us, but I pray not in 30 something years. Ooh, we'll be old. Social media Shit, in 33 years, a lot of us will be in our damn 70s. Social media will be a thing of the past. You'll be able to it'll be so high tech. We'll be able to reach through the damn screen and touch a person. Okay, we ain't gonna have to walk into the grocery store. We'll be able to. It'll be so high tech by that time. We'll be able to click on something and put our damn hands through the checkout and pull the groceries in through the computer. We'll be able to pull the groceries in through the damn computer. Oh, okay, I want that. Check out. And you go put your arm through the computer and pull the damn shit out. I mean, I believe they working on some supernatural stuff like that. He said, Lord have mercy. Oh, well. Oh. Mm. But even still, I don't wish that upon nobody. I didn't wish that upon him. And I'm not going to rejoice in it either. Anyways, y'all, I know it's 76 of you all on here. If you want to support the channel, y'all can hit the Cash App or the Super Thanks. We got a campaign going on, so you can hit the Super Thanks. Oh, Lord have mercy. I get stressed out every time I think about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about, I guess I will cook my dinner tonight. Ooh, tomorrow is my last day of work. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm off Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday. And, yeah. You ain't got to rejoice, but take your gains how they come. It's hard to stay a strong couple in ATL. We went on ahead and moved 5 years ago. We better than ever. Shout out to Canada. You know what? It's a lot of people that's leaving ATL. At one time, people had started leaving ATL and moving to North Carolina. They had started leaving ATL and moving to North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people moved to ATL from Memphis. I don't think they're moving to ATL as much anymore. You got, I don't think a lot of Memphians are moving down there as much anymore. When people leave Memphis now, they're going other places like Florida and even moving up north more now. You know, you used to didn't get a lot of people to move up north because it was so cold up there. Because it was so cold. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people started moving to Florida. And believe it or not, they like it. So many like older people, especially older white people, they retire in Florida. They be happy to leave. When after they finish, they retire and they move to Florida and live in little modest cities in Florida. No state taxes. See, more money and more to do and enjoy. Oh, wow. I like Florida. I got friends down there. I like it. It's cool. I love the beach, though. Like, a lot of the Floridians, they do not go to the beach. Like, they see the water all day, every day. They don't give the beach a thought. Me, I would have to be on that beach at least a couple times a week. Sitting out there staring at the water, and it's just water is peaceful to me. It is. Like, my mind be so free when I'm looking at that water. It's almost like it has an energy and a language of its own. Hmm. Yep, folks born and raised here. The beach like the club to them. Been once, been ain't been back in years. We're just 18 minutes away ago. We're going in the morning. Well, my friend lives in Boca. I think that's right around my not Miami, but Fort Lauderdale. And we always go to Miami, and the seafood is so cheap down there. Because I love seafood. And then we drove all the way to Naples. Yeah, we drove all the way to Naples. Everybody walk around in their swimwear, in Florida. But they do that in Jamaica too, and I miss Jamaica so much because that's kind of what we did in Jamaica. I took all those clothes to Jamaica, and I saw that people walked around in wraps and stuff all the time. I kid you not. They walk around in their swimwear, or they walk around in wraps. Nobody says anything. So what I started doing was I was like, dog, everybody. I bought it, on the beach at the resort that we was at. This lady was walking through. She was selling wraps. I bought a lot of different colors, and it was see through, and nobody cared. Like, nobody pays it any attention. I had on my bra, my regular bra, and bikinis, and I walked around. I took my shower, just and put on a wrap, and that's what I did. I didn't even wear no clothes. I was like, dog, I could just. Nobody knew the difference. They just thought it was my swimwear and stuff. Yes, Jesus is the best. I promise you. Jesus is the best. I'm telling you, Jesus is the best all the time. I did the same thing. I'm telling you. Yeah. I didn't. I didn't. I want to go back to Jamaica. I do. And I want to go back to the resort. I'm trying to think. I think we stayed at the Royalton Blue. I think that was the name of that resort. Shoot. Them let me tell you something. Those beautiful chocolate women that actually lives in Jamaica. It's almost like it's so many black people. I love just like Africa. Those beautiful black women walking around there with them natural butts and stuff. I'm telling you, that when nobody thinking about us. Let's see. But it's pretty poor over there. So they be working hard for tips and stuff. Let's see. Yes, this is it right here. I miss it so much. I miss it so much. Let's see if I was to book now. I want my information to come up. Let's see. If I book now, hold on, let me show y'all. Oh my God, I remember it. Oh my God, I love it. I mean, it's an all-inclusive resort. It's so beautiful. This was ours right here. I think the Royds and Blue Waters. Yep, that was the resort that we stayed at, y'all. Yep, that was the resort that we stayed at. It was so beautiful. I missed it. I did not want to leave. I did not want to go. It was so beautiful. And we stayed right downstairs and we had the water and stuff was right in front of our patio. Look, it is booked up. Totally booked. It's booked up. Oh my God. December, January, February. Oh my goodness. Child, I guess everybody want to go to Jamaica in 2026 and stay at that hotel. That's the best one to stay at, though. I promise you. That's the best one to stay at. Oh, I wonder if I'm doing something wrong. Oh, wow. I know that I cannot wait to go on my next vacation, period. Sad to say, the grandkids will be with their mom and grandma. I'm still going to take my Alaskan cruise. That's that's something on my to-do list. I definitely want to take an Alaskan cruise. And yeah, I want to take an Alaskan cruise. I want to go back to Jamaica. I miss New York. I want to go. I've never been to LA. I want to visit LA. And what else? And then I want to take a vacation whereas we start off in Rhode Island. I don't know why I've always wanted to visit Rhode Island. I want to go stay a few days in Rhode Island and then we travel from Rhode Island to Boston, Maine, Rhode Island, Boston, Maine, and it's another one. All those. I don't know why I like those. I just want to visit. LA is real nice. Oh, I can't wait to visit LA. I got a cousin that lives there. And he keeps saying, cousin, why don't you come down here? Seattle too. I hear Seattle is very beautiful. And I want to visit Oregon. I've always wanted to visit Oregon. And I've always wanted to go and visit Idaho. I know that's so freaking weird. I'm a weird person, anyways. I want to go and visit Idaho. I want to visit Wyoming. Places don't nobody else want to visit. I want to visit those places. I feel totally, I've fallen so in love with Chicago, especially if you enjoy the rain and look. Yes, I love the rain. But now, if I'm going and visiting somewhere, I don't want it to be raining because I want to be out. Seattle, I would have to go like in the summertime because see, it gets cold in Seattle and have that cold weather. I want to visit Portland, Oregon, and Boise, Idaho, and Rhode Island, and Maine, and Boston. Yeah. Then I want to go to Paris, and I want to go to the countryside called the Dordogne. Hold on, y'all. He said Vancouver is next. That's down there in Canada. Vancouver, Canada. In Vancouver, in Canada. Okay, y'all. I need to put on my dinner. I'm gonna cook today. I'm gonna cook tonight so that and it'll be dinner for today and tomorrow. I'm getting ready to bake me some um chicken, and I'm going to bake me some candy yams, and I'll eat probably a piece tonight, and it'll have dinner for tomorrow. Anyway, y'all, and I need to finish my last page of my essay. I enjoyed you all tonight, as always. They don't like Americans in France. Really? Oh my God. France, Paris is supposedly the city of love. But somebody said that. Somebody got on here and said that they are very racist in no, that he said London. He said they don't like black people in London. They don't like black people in London. That's what he said. Wow. Anyways, you guys, I love you all. Make sure the dear God, we just thank you for everyone that meant well that was on this live. I ask that you shield and protect us all. No weapon formed against any of us shall prosper. Any lying tongue, any evil spells, any evil thoughts spoken out against me or my family or any of my well-wishing subscribers and their families will be condemned. Dear God, we just thank you for protection. I ask that you go before each and every one of us tomorrow as we get out and work. May we all return home to our families just as we left. Shield and protect our children. Any curses spoken out by any evil beings, we reverse the curse and send it back to the sender. And may it manifest in their very own lives in less than 30 days. It has been a pleasure. I love you guys. Y'all be good. I'll talk to you later.